Your company, the way analysts and the market look at your company right now is it's all about top-line growth. Top-line growth continues to be blistering. You continue, the number of payments you are processing is rising very, very rapidly. Expectations are high. Is there anything that you can see that is going to slow that number down, that is going to cause you concern on the top line? Can you keep up this kind of pace of acceleration?
Well, if you look how the first half of this year went, you see that we are growing. We are growing everywhere, so in all regions around the world. But also, if you look at the pillars which we have, which are large corporates, which is unified commerce, that's merchants also having physical stores. You see that everything grows. So we are quite confident about this growth and the continued trajectory forward.
You're becoming the payments company for PayPal. How's it going?
I think you're referring to
eBay.
eBay.
I've misread. Yeah. Sorry. You're replacing PayPal.
No, that's fine.
For eBay. Sorry. How's that going?
Yeah, eBay also reported on that the integration process is moving along. We have very good relationship for them. The speed of execution there is a little bit on their end, but the project is running very well.
Give us a little more detail, Pieter. How did you manage to replace PayPal? And given that you've done it for eBay, is there any limit to the amount of business and customers you can take on? You're already the payments processor for Uber, for Spotify. What's the magic? How are you grabbing this market?
Yeah, I think if you look at this market, there's always a lot of questions like how far can you grow? Where are there enough merchants for you to pick up? Now you have all those large names. And we look at it differently because we are expanding internationally, so we are in more and more markets. But also what you see is that we are moving in different industries because we can do not only online, but also the in-store transactions. You see that's in retail. Things are changing very rapidly, the ways how consumers are shopping and the sort of service that they expect. Merchants are responding to that, and we can really help them taking the hurdles out of that so that it's convenient for consumers, convenient to buy online and return in store. So our market is actually increasing. There are all sorts of tailwinds. The shift to from cash to cards, the shift for merchants to sell internationally. So we don't feel it's a finite customer base and that we are far ahead. It seems unlimited runway.
But it's interesting, right? Because on the one hand, there really are no barriers to entry. So unless you squeeze your own margins, you're not really doing anything different to somebody else, unless you have some secret sauce that you want to tell us about. So if that is the situation, how do you protect your accounts from other companies entering the space? And there are many.
Yeah, no, I think we're quite open about our secret sauce. Our secret sauce is we build everything ourselves on a single platform that we control very well. We have more than 40% engineers, and they're all working on making it better for our customers, which is the merchant. So every week we have a new release, every week more functionality, make a system that works better. If you look at the others in the industry, there's a lot of consolidation, and they run many different platforms. And whilst they are chasing problems on each platform, we are spending that time just to help our merchants. So we don't believe in all those mergers. That's if you believe that it is a commodity. We believe it's about functionality, about truly helping those merchants. And then we feel that building it yourself on a single platform is the way to position yourself.
Pieter, how do you see the competitive landscape, though, developing? I was reading a report first thing this morning. China's PBOC today issuing a 3-year development plan, and it's making fintech central. It basically has a 3-year development plan for the fintech sector, and it wants that fintech sector out of China to become globally competitive. Presumably, the competitive landscape's only going to become more and more difficult.
Yeah, there are certain trends there. I think everybody in this industry agrees that payments is becoming more complex and not less complex. And you see indeed payment methods out of China being accepted now worldwide. For retail, for fashion retail, it's important to accept Alipay, WeChat Pay. So for a merchant, the demands become more complex. There are new players, but what is always the case is that it's always only a part of the consumers that pay that way. So from a merchant point of view, it gets more complicated. So I think it helps us. If you look at the market, who can well respond to that? I feel that the incumbents and all those companies going through those large mergers are less well positioned than the one who are more agile. And if you see where we win our merchants from, it's always tends to be more the incumbents and the banks who have difficulty responding to all the change in the industry.